G'day legends, TJC Sports here. Welcome to the capital of New Zealand, Wellington, for a wonderful game between the Warriors and the Dolphins. A matchup that the Warriors have not lost since 2015, and that's not a made-up stat, folks. That is a real stat. Kind of like the scoreline from last game that's not made up of 62-16. That's real. The Roosters destroyed them there. And for you, those of you wondering who'd they lose to, isn't it hilarious? 2015, they lost 36-0 at Wellington to none other than, hear me out here, the Dragons. Isn't that interesting when you look at what happened to Dragons tonight, legends? Nerves of steel here. Maybe history is just flipping the scripts. Mel says, up the wires, legends, both teams warming up the field. This is electric. Enjoy the game, Mel. Glad to hear that the game's electric at the stadium. Hello, says Rugby Fella. Hello, Rugby Fella. Good to have you in the stream. How you doing? You feeling good? You feeling legendary? You feeling electric, bro? Hope you enjoy. Hard to follow the stream and live game, though. Oh, 100% it's hard to follow the stream in a live game. It's hard to do both, but they manage. They need to snap a 3-game losing streak for the Dolphins. So they were super unlucky last week against the Panthers. Arguably deserved the win. Didn't end up getting it, though. For those of you wondering the lineups for this one, Tane Tuapiki lines up at fullback for the Warriors with DWZ and Khan Pereira on the wings. Ali Leatua and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck your centers with Harris Tavita and Boyd in the halves. Fisher Harris captains the side with Ford in the props. Wade Egan is at hooker. Kurt Catewell and Leka Halasima are your second rowers with Aaron Clark at lock. Sam Healy, Mitchell Barnett, Dimitri Varmolga, Jacob Laban, Luke Hansen, and, of course, Eddie Laramea are the rest of your bench. As for the Dolphins, the visiting team, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow is your fullback with Asako and Cobo on the wings. Though Bostock will be sure to take that position in the near future. I mean, he scored a double on his Queensland Cup return. Shout out to our boy Jettykins for putting that in the chat here. Let's go, boys and girls, says Mel. Appreciate you, Mel, for dropping in even while watching the game live. Farnworth, Avarillo, Trey Fuller, and Katoa in the house. Interesting to see Trey lining up at 5'8". Not what I would have expected, but there you have it. Molo and Flegler are your props with Plath at hooker, Vinifuaki and Lemuele in the second row, Gilbert at lock, Stone, Kafusi, Simons, Nafua, Paneo, and John Finnegan are the rest of the Dolphins bench. And blowing his whistle is Liam Kennedy for our first half of the game here. Yeah, Trey Fuller is at 6, legend. Trey Fuller is at 6. People were saying that he's in the Roosters stream. Yes, he is. He's at 6, legend. I'm surprised as much by it as you. I thought that Avarillo would be the guy, but there you go. I genuinely thought Jake would be the 5'8", but that's not their call here. Now to the middle here with Flegler. Love it when you read the team. Thank you very much, Will. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's any sarcasm in that, but thank you very much. Up the wires. Max Plath here. Over to Gilbert through the middle here. Gilbert leading the line for them. If you enjoy, make sure you hit that share button, like it, and subscribe. Maybe even the hype as Katoa hits it over to the 10 now. And it's going to end up in the hands of the young Warriors fullback here into the line. Looped onto his back now. Up the wires, says John in the chat. I'm going to be collecting up the wires comments to place when the Warriors score. So feel free to drop that if you're back in the Warriors. And if you're back in the Dolphins, feel free to drop a fins up, eh? Wellington hasn't been a good hunting ground for the Wires legend, but keeping the faith. Keeping the faith, baby. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. On the fourth tackle, Aaron Clark now into the line here. Can you believe, legends, that the last time that they lost in the capital was 2015, legends, against the Dragons 36-0. Dolphins stepping around now. Into the line they go. Of course, their jersey today representing the Royal Australian Navy. Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow stays at fullback here. No sarcasm saves us from trying to read them. No sarcasm then. Really? Oh, I appreciate it, Will. I appreciate it. I don't know with you. You're a Muppet. I love you, but you're a Saves us from trying to read them. Yeah, mate. You just hear it all from TJC right in front of you. Bench and starting lineup. Because sometimes there's some weird names named, man. 55 meters gained for the Dolphins. Katoa in the air here. Hammer on it. And Tane gets it again now. Into the line. Past the 10. Squirming forward now. Was 24-22, John Tapu reckons. Okay, now that we've seen how good the stadium looks on TV, Christchurch needs the 20th team. It needs it. It needs it yesterday, E.B. Williams. Where is it? Why don't I have it? It's a joke that they don't got it. I need another team. We need another team. The Warriors are so epic, but we need them to have a choice between the two. Pretty much all of New Zealand supports the Wires. Can't have just a country with the one team. We need two. We need two. PNG can have one, but the Warriors, we want two. We want Wellington to have one. It's an Avarillo. Split them between. Make the Warriors one. Make the others the other. Can't hear a thing, boys, but we'll check in soon. All good, Mel. Good to have you. I hope that it's really loud. I hope you never hear me again. I hope my voice is just forgotten by you. Unfortunately, Wills will never be able to do that. He's stuck with my voice. Possibly it'll be for John Finnegan. How do you say that? I'm trying to say this right. Finneganfo. Scoring on the left. Khan Pereira for the Warriors. That came so quick, I barely even had time to react there. And there you go. The Warriors already have their first points of the night on the board. We're not even 5 minutes in. We're not even 4 minutes in, legends. 4-0 in 4 minutes to the Warriors here. And this just shows their solid record at the wonderful Wellington. There you go. You're going to want that debut soon because for now, the Warriors fly on high with a try. And once he found those points versus the Titans, he hasn't been looking back. He keeps up the pace, keeps up the speed, and over he goes. Always knew that he'd be a scary force to be reckoned with. Let's go, says Mel. I can hear the Warriors crowd losing their marbles at the moment. And who could blame them? I'm losing my marbles. I ain't even a Warrior supporter. Though I will be honest, they'd probably be who I support if I wasn't a Warriors, if I wasn't a Para fan. There you go. And we're just waiting on the kick now. Fisher Harris asking a few questions. It's not -40. Don't worry, legends. Thing bugged out a little, it seems. 4-0. There it is. Boom. Too easy. And the Warriors just all over them. It's like when a kid face plants in the mud. They've got mud all over their face. Khan Pereira is that mud, and he's in the face all over theirs of the wonderful Dolphins. That's right. That's right. I got my mud in your face, is what he's saying to them with that try celebration. My mud is in your face, baby. And now we've got the GOAT. Oh, glorious GOAT, Tanner Boyd. He never misses. He never misses. He's the GOAT. Tanner, you glorious king. Tanner Boyd here, legends, for the kick to slot this one in. I swear I'm not being biased, by the way. I like both these teams. And he never misses. He's the glorious king himself. I'm back to predicting the points, legends. I know when they're going to score 2. I did it with Panthers versus Storm. I'm doing it now at 6-0. Called it. Told you it was happening, legends. I knew it. I just knew. It wasn't a guess like others. It wasn't an assumption. I had the idea it was happening. And one thing that the Dolphins jersey is supposed to represent is the going down of the sun. Well, isn't that a bit ironic? Dolphins, of course, being a new team, haven't had the pleasure of being in as many of these Anzac Day games as they could have been. Warriors now playing on at 6-0. Fins up. Herbie for the world's greatest nation, says Charlie. Herbie Farnworth, baby. Let's get him through. Far to the left here. Wade Egan spun around. I think Egan genuinely might be one of the most underrated hookers in our game. Not many players can play the minutes he does and provide what he does to the team. Kirk Hatewell then shifting over to the left edge here. And he'll take the tackle there. Kirk Catewell, certainly not one of Mel's favourites, pushes RTS there. And Tuivasa-Sheck enjoying a good play here. The referee stopping for a second. Is he trying to grab someone or is he telling him to play the ball? There's definitely confusion between the Dolphins and the Warriors about what the call is there from the referee. It's Lemuelu, legends. I love the little detail on the Dolphins of the New Zealand and Australia. Look at that. You got I love the little details, like the two flags on the back of the Dolphins logo. And I find it insane that Warriors are the only team today that are playing that won't be wearing an Anzac jersey. And the Dolphins, they might lose Connolly soon, but they'll hit continue for now. And they click start and play into the line now. Aaron Clark doing what Thompson should have done for the Bulldogs last night when they got destroyed, with his impact being that of a potato versus the Broncos. Tanner Boyd now with a big kick here over to the right and onto the 20. It's collected by the Hammer. A player worthy of a little bit of individual brilliance. What can he do? The Arc Reactor Warriors, get him. And back around Harris Tavita. Mate, one thing about Harris Tavita's return to the Warriors that you can't take away is his defense, man. The effort, what he puts into that team, it's truly special. Like, yes, a lot of halves can put up the attack he does, but not a lot of halves can put up that defensive effort he can. It's something that even the young guns tend to miss out on. You really noticed it when he came in versus the Storm. Isaiah Katoa. Back towards the ruck here. Gets it onto the 40 now. And with a clearance in the air, it's going to land on the 10. And surely Tane's got this. He does. Gilbert, with high pressure on him, gets him down. Duff detained here. Lots of players coming out through the left here. Go the Fins, says Shane J. Hey, go the Fins, baby. Khan Pereira, he scored the only try tonight so far in our middle game of Super Saturday here. Now to Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark lifts up with it over to the 40 then. And on fifth tackle here, the Warriors. And you're not making it up. Last game is real. Dragons really did lose with their new coach, 62-16 against the Roosters. That is a real scoreline. Look it up. The Dolphins here will win a penalty. That's right, penalty. The Warriors, high tackle. And for the first time in this match, they lose their cool Jackson Ford. And the difference between that and what was a sin bin last game is the speed. There wasn't enough speed on that, in my opinion, for there to be a binning. But I digress. And now Katoa to take it. Back up on the inside. They're going to find a lot of growth here from this position. Big kick. And, that's an incredible one. Gets over past the 40. Selwyn Cobbo now with the Dolphins. Farnworth. Jackson Ford putting the tackle in. Of course, up there in the Dally M ladder. Still don't know how there at the dummy half. Shane J says Bins win 13+. I don't know about 13+ when they're down 6-0, man, but we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of game to be had. An early try means nothing. Lemuelu pushing them off here. Finds Hammer. Hammer thinking about what he's going to do. A little bit of twinkle toes, baby. I'd show you my toes, but nah. Twinkle toes. Twinkle toes. I don't feel like sharing my toes with the world. Now back through middle here. Nearly Gilbert loses the ball forwards. And nothing for Max Plaff there. Tricky move here for the Dolphins. And they're going to challenge. Boom. Boom. Signal of intent made here from the Dolphins. They're challenging already. On report. Foul play happened before penalty. So like Alice Seamer, foul play. Watching it. Well, that's fine. Not so sure where the foul play is outside of earlier. So penalty. There you have it for the Dolphins. And they keep getting them here. We're 10 minutes into the game and the Dolphins are on the 10-meter line. The Warriors have to defend a full set now. They are 6-0 up, so they've got that back wall to lean on, but will it be enough? Dolphins through the middle here. Plaff finds the ball over to Katoa. Katoa on the straight run into Flagler. Now second tackle here. Plaff. Service in. We've had a couple hookers score this game. Could we see Plaff score in this game? I mean, he's a bit of an attacking hooker. Surely we get in, says Jetty Kid. You'd think surely, but you never know. Hammer, far right, Asako! Asako couldn't crash through. I like the Dolphins and wish them well, except against the Wars, obviously. Of course, John. Of course, when it's your team, right? It's like me with Warriors. When it's against Para, I don't want you to win, but I don't mind if you win other games. Same with Dolphins. Plaff, Avarillo, background, Farnworth, kicks low for himself! Dolphins, they know how to play with the volleyball. Now they're playing with the footy ball. Rugby league at its finest. Legger style. He served it on a platter. It's dinner time. No. It's an early dinner time. 6-4 now. The Dolphins are back in it, and surely they will equalise. Put that on a wall and hang it. That was brilliant. Dare I say, our motto of the channel, legendary. For the greatest nation on the planet, says Charlie Hamilton. He calls it the Bob himself with the dominating play. And you know what we call that around here? The Dommy Pommy. And the Dolphins fans with the little boogie finish them up. The Dolphins up for it. And Mel won't even mind because she loves the Dolphins. But ridiculous. Dommy Pommy striking here. And Herbie Farnworth makes it 6-4. And that 21% of brave voters who are probably Dolphins fans will be happy with that one. Asako. Reckon he gets this one. You'd like to see it too, wouldn't you? 6-all! There we go. The English centre, Herbie Farnworth, one of the best to come from England. Look at him roll again here. He's arguably, while not having as many premierships rated in that kind of area of a Crichton, right, at the moment in our game, the impact he has on his team, almost unmatched. Only a fair few centres could compare. Herbie is a beast, says Daniel Bay. A beast, bro. He's a beast who makes the Warriors' defense matter the least. We're 6-all, bro. And the Dolphins now with the ball. Can they pick up meters? And these clubs have been tight here. Now through the middle. And gets it to Flagler here. Around. And ball lost by Flagler. Terrible. RTS. I wouldn't say he's the GOAT, but he's a pretty damn good bomb. You're GOAT, bro. You're GOAT like Marky Nichols, only different. Big improvement part, the Warriors through the middle. And this could be try scoring a piece, right? Back and forth. You get one, and then you get one. Here. I say. Tanner Boyd, what can he set up? Tane to a picky on the right. Couldn't get in. Sliding down around the ankles. Fourth tackle. Had nowhere to go. Elations here. Egan. Tanner Boyd. Shaw's around. It's flat there to Catewell. Vino Fuiaki here is there. Last tackle. They go left. Low kick here. Who's going to have it? Hammer. Did he lose that out of play? That could be a full set for the Warriors again. Quick whip, that little grubber kick in behind. It all pays off here. Got himself in perfect position. A big night for Chanel Aristevita. Past the right. If you had 13 Herberts on a team, they'd win the comp unbeaten. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% they would, Charlie Hamilton. 13. Now to the left here with Khan Pereira. Stepping around, Khan Pereira now. If they had 13 Herbies on the team, they'd win the comp with no problems. Tanner Boyd. Not going to lie, Wasburst Spins has only put on bangers up to this point. They are like rugby league soulmates practically. It really does feel that way, doesn't it? New versus old. Egan to Boyd. Tanner Boyd into the line here. I don't think this game is capable of not being good. Bro, I haven't talked to you in years. I don't know if you remember me. I was in some of your vids and we used to talk lots, bro. Me, Parallels Bids. Of course I remember Parallels Bids, bro. That's you? Hey, bro, how you doing? It's been a while, man, but good to see you in the chat. You feeling good now, dude? Obviously, Para's been up and down this year, but hope you've had a great time off. Good to have you in the chat, legend. Of course I remember my loyal viewers. I'm not shallow. I'm good. I'm pretty good. We're much bigger than since you were here. Defense will be key for both teams, says John. Yeah, it will be. And they lost defense there. DWZ is over for the Warriors. It wasn't easy. 1, 2, 3. Flick the screen off, Dolphins. It's 10-6 now. Both sides of the field, both teams giving it their best. You are just getting a classic here today. Nobody has an answer for it. Real attacking play here. Defense proving crucial. DWZ just is allowed to tap on go there. And both the wingers are the players scoring for the Warriors today. All over them. Ali Tower towers over them. And DWZ finishes it off with a wonderful run. Herbie is a beast. Ties Loyal Legends. Yeah, heck yeah, bro. Of course I remember Of course I'm loyal. And the referee, oh no, Liam. Liam, what are you doing, Liam? Liam, don't do this. Don't disallow. Don't disallow this, Liam. You know what? It was 3-on-2. I don't think they had an unreasonable way to defend. I don't know if that should be disallowed, even though it's going to be. I don't know if that run from Leka Halasima matters, but I guess they're going to be fair and they're going to say no try. There you go. It's back to 6-all, legends. No try for DWZ. Don't worry, Zalesniak. He won't be getting that one. Makes Ash Klein's job pretty easy when the rules are that simplistic, right? And the Warriors now back on it here. Don't forget that sub button if you haven't yet. Over to the 25 meters now. Selwyn Cobbo. And Herbie Farnworth with it, the Herbs. And 2-1 in favor of the Dolphins, the penalties at the moment here. And it's going to be 3-1 now. Another penalty. Leatua is losing his cool with the calls at the moment. He can't believe it. He's going, what are you on something? He thinks it's ridiculous. The rules, he just can't approve of them. They're not good enough. Didn't challenge last week, the Warriors, but they're challenging this week. They've got a captain's challenge here, and I honestly don't blame them anymore for challenging. He just loses it. He's just wrapping it up. He's just wrapping it up, sir. Let's be honest, he is just wrapping it up. Stripping the ball with multiple players in the tackle. We're just checking every angle here. There's no intent to strip. Ball is lost. Captain's challenge is successful! Let's go, says Mel. Warriors 1-12 is Jason Reeder's prediction in the chat, and he'll be over the moon after the Roosters game. Honestly, he's playing Origin, and Murray Taulagi is too informed to leave out right now. They should be, absolutely. They're being insane right now, bro. Absolutely insane. I'm back. Welcome back, rugby fella. And Warriors will get the ball after that clean lost ball. Now to the right, up the Storm next game. Mate, I can't wait for that one either. This game's a thriller, but I can't wait for that one just purely because of the stakes on hold with it. Egan, over to Jackson Ford now. Ford steps up to the plate with this one here. Honestly, I can't wait for Origin. Origin is always a fun time on the channel. Wade Egan to Aaron Clark here. Led to it and put away here. Hammer. Interchange passing through the middle here. Steps around. Just a few tries through that central corridor is all they need at the moment. Tackle 0. Now becomes the first. Cobbo. Shout out to long time out Bostock. Scored 2 in the Queensland Cup on his return. Past the halfway. Gee, I like Flagler. Over to Abarillo. Oh! Close on Lemuela. He finds the offload back to Plath. Plath dummies here. Plath keeps going. Plath is spun around and put down. In the grandstands. Hammer. Over to the right. Tabby Waifito. Isako. And the Dolphins have the try. He's being a little bit special with it, isn't he, to get to the middle. And it's 10-6. The Dolphins are back. Osaka, and how often do you see teams be that brave? Not often. They switched off once he was over, and they didn't expect him to loop round that much. Just shows how special they are, these guys. It was a good run from the Dolphins, and then they go to the right edge here. They notice the lack of defenders. They open them up, and then Osako just uses his speed. Beautiful sidestep through the middle there. The chances he wasn't going to score felt low. He just uses his momentum there, and he gets the perfect try to make it 10-6. And imagine if DWZ's try stood and we somehow got a result of 10-all. I'll take this, though. This is a next best scenario. Osako, and now 10-6 is the scoreline. Osako was going right in behind the post with that one. And the Dolphins from in front here. You would have thought it would be a kick from the side, but no, it's going to be from right in front thanks to his ambition there. And they should lead by a converted try with 21 minutes still on the clock in the first half alone here. This game, man, just like a lot of rugby league games this season, proving to be an exciting one. Plenty of attack. And the Dolphins, 12-6. A lot of possession early in comparison with the Warriors, but possession doesn't always mean everything. I believe the Dogs beat Para in possession last week, and look what happened this week and that game. Poor defense, says John. Yeah, poor defense. Caught out on the left edge. Khan Pereira and Tane, they really could have stopped him there, but unfortunately not quick enough with it. Osako backs himself and will fly on over. They kind of just stood there and let him through. And the Warriors fans aren't impressed with that one. And honestly, as before, when it looks like the Warriors were going to score another try at the other end, Dolphins hit back with their own results. And Dolphins now through the middle. Oh my, I can't wait for Osako to come next year. Oh, he's going to be a huge player for the Melbourne Storm, but he doesn't fix all of your issues. You've still got issues you need to fix. But yeah, he is going to be a massive addition. Max Plath for the Dolphins. And Egan is staying down here. Oh, no, it's that shoulder, I think. It's that shoulder. Oh, poor Wade Egan. Banged up a little. Generally been able to punch out more than 20 games a season for the Warriors. This isn't the first time he's had a shoulder issue either. He's had it a few times throughout his career with the Warriors. He's come a long way since his start in the NRL. Of course, as some of you legends would know, some of you wouldn't know, was part of the Panthers for 2018 and 2019 before moving on to the Warriors since 20. Been really solid for them since 20, but, that's a whopping 7 years. It's kind of insane to think about, right? Because it doesn't feel like that long ago, 2020. He's good, though. He carries on. Just a bit of a nick here, catches them knackered. Gilbert. Asako. Far to the right here. Asako is too good. Asako is too good. Mel's right. Asako is too good. Asako is too good. He's just too good for them to be able to handle. Jermaine Asako, the Mistako, at 16-6 now. I'd be doing replay after replay of that one now. Dolphins, and more Dolphins. On the outside of his man there, tremendous play. And the Warriors, it's hard to believe they had the 6 lead. Just look at him exploding onto the football. Hammer to Fuller, and then a beautiful try from the pass from Trey Fuller actually, over to him in the corner. Asako, the former Bronco, the former Gold Coast Titan, now Dolphin. The only Queensland team that he hadn't played for is the Cowboys. And yet, he won't be joining them, but the Storm. Do we think if he's passed it at Storm, he could go to Cowboys just to complete the full journey of playing for every possible Queensland fit? He had offers for Super League, said no to that, went to the Dolphins, decided he wanted to stay in the NRL, and how it has paid off for him. Though I do wonder how good he would have done in the Super League. Broncos, Titans, Dolphins. This is why we get Igasako, because he's a winger and he can kick. Exactly. Up the fins, says Mel. Up the fins. The finny fins. And Asako, he's got a majority of the points today. I think only 4 points haven't come from him. And I think it was that one try that was scored, the opening one by Herbie Farnworth, that was Alfie Langer, the Dobby Pobby. This is why we get Igasako, baby. Hey, says Jenny Kid. Hey, brah. It's the Anzac jersey power. If you're not wearing an Anzac jersey and the opposition's wearing an Anzac jersey, they win. It is. Will says, come on, Waz. Come on, Waz. Lift up. Lift up for Mel. Lift up for her. Let's hope Fins keep this up, says Jettikin. Yep, for the Sega Dolphins, keep it up, guys. 18-6, the scoreline now. And to think this is just our middle game of 3, we have one more after this, the Storm and the Rabbitohs. That game is looking to be one of the best games, assuming that it goes how I think it's going to go. And Flegler takes it through the middle here. They keep pushing now, the Dolphins. Do it for the Queen. For the Queen! For the Queen! Plath now gets it off through the middle. The Dolphins just pushing forward. 5th tackle now. Isaiah Katoa's going to have to clear this one. Sends this one high up towards, and the Dolphins. Is that contact and a knock on Trey Fuller? And the Dolphins going again. I think that's 2 groundings. Oh my God. Wow, I didn't realize we had another. Yeah, we had another, Will. First glance at it, the right's on side. They stay on side that right edge. It's all up to how the Warriors contact this. Yeah, Osako knocks it on. And he even tackles him without the ball, I think. No try. No try. Mel says so too. No try, legends. No try. Shouldn't be a try, most definitely. Has anyone heard of the term brev? An old workmate called me it yesterday. I've heard the term bruv. It's like a different kind of bro. What's up, bruv? How you doing, bruv? You all right, bruv? Could be like an accent difference and be the same thing you're saying, but don't know if I've said exactly brev though before. And yeah, big tackle from the Dolphins. Classic there. Fisher Harris is off the field, and now on his Barnett as Tane Tuapaki goes down the right here. It's Herbie Farnworth trying to strip this one. He can't do it. Tane Tuapaki locks it up here nicely. Tanner Boyd. I think it's a cross between my Bridget and brother. Boyd around here. Bramble brother, very popular. The Ute. Slag your youth terms. The Ute. It's the Ute, brother. We are the Ute. Yeah, Brav is one I'm much more familiar with. I'm not as familiar with Brav, but yeah, there you go. And the Warriors, they tried their best. Honestly, that could have been an intercept from Herbie Farnworth, but no, it's not going to be. It's not meant to be, actually. And we're going to feed in the scrum now. Warriors to the left. Carl Pereira has the speed to back himself. He won't, though. Osako tackles him. Funnily enough, 29 from Christchurch. How has he never been looked at by the Warriors, potentially, Jermaine Osako? Short to Aaron Clark now. Clark trying to use his size, and he nearly gets there. The Dolphins defense thrown off here. He might run in Egan. He won't. He goes short, hammer, and the referee's going to blow his whistle. I reckon they're in front of the line. I think they're offside. Bro, bra, brother, brav, bruv, dude, bruv, bro, broski, my dude, bro, brose, Tanner Boyd. Confusion reigns. There's a lot. Ali Leatua, DWZ out towards the right. He's over. Had to happen. DWZ. It's 10-18 now. It's not going to be game over. Especially not this early on. 10-18, legends. The Warriors scoring the points to make the joints of the Dolphins as defenders shake a little. Just shake her. Let's go, says Mel. Mel losing it. She's excited. Sister from another mister. I think I say it for the whole chat when I say that was for the Queen. That's for the Queen. For the Queen. For the Queen. For the Queen. DWZ could be the king with that hair. I don't care who they've casted in bloody... We need him as the live-action Rapunzel, please. Tanner Boyd. From the side now. Dolphins were in the lead. Warriors were coming for you. They're coming for him, rugby fella. They're coming for them. Tanner Boyd. He'll miss this one. Yeah, called it. 8 points. 8 points. And well, the Dolphins. What's going in? You've let them fly through. Come back on, baby. Come back on. He's our boy, but he can be a proper lemon, a proper one sometimes. Our boy on the field. And both number 2s tonight have got tries. Incredible stuff here. Funnily enough, both any times for me have scored. I just want the Warriors to win now, technically for my tips, but and layer 2 now to the left here. Set please here. The referee blows penalty against the Dolphins. As much as they fight it, they won't be able to back up their words. Tanner Boyd now. They were inside the 10 meters. Easy way to get out of your own half to get the penalty. And here come the Warriors taking to a peaky over to Jackson Ford now. Jackson Ford into the line here, and Ford will go down. Egan to Boyd. 5th carry of the game here for him. Oh, yeah, I know it means idiot, but he can be an idiot. Aaron Clark keeps going. He keeps going, the big man, the big bud. The Dolphins just a few meters out, hold him out. Leka Halasima now. Wade Egan, Boyd, the service is there. It's just about them supplying and finishing it. Jackson Fordia, the post in the parcel. Has it been delivered? It won't be yet. Barnett held in front of the line. Hold up, Finn, says Jenny Kim, please. Big and deep, fighting his half. Khan Pereira, the wingers, are the folks doing the job for the Warriors. No care for his own health there. Khan Pereira, 14-18. And the Joker and the Warriors erupt. Waiting for the extra man again. 18-14. Kick to Kavia. The Warriors. And they've switched on. They've flicked the switch in this game. They've gone from the AI opposition being on legendary mode to being on rookie mode in Rugby League 26. What a pass. Great play out the back. And Khan Pereira, you just can't stop him in the corner. The Finns just fell asleep. You can't stop him. Back-to-back doubles for Lofi, Khan Pereira. And what is with wingers and doubles? Well, they just keep on going as high as they can. Only the wings will be scoring today. Yeah, the Wires are playing rookie mode. They were playing on legendary before. Now they've switched to rookie mode. Personally, I'm more a professional guy. It evens out the playing field, but Melt is the same as a bottle job. Oh, mate, bloody bottle jobs. I don't want to talk about bottle jobs. There's so many bottle jobs. I support bottle jobs. I won't tell you which team I'm referring to. Tanner Boyd. And he'll miss that one. But you know why he missed that one? Because he only wants to lead by 2 when they score the winner. So that's why. He wants to go easy on the Dolphins. Yeah, totally. That's totally the reason. Any Para fans on your street, Tyler? Unfortunately, in that Western Sydney area, there's a lot. I think I've seen a lot more Penrith fans actually around my area, but Para fans, yeah, there's definitely Para fans. Where I live, it essentially seems to be you're mostly either a Para or a Panthers fan, and there's not really there is other fan bases, but like, you know, they're the odd one out when they're not Para or Panthers. It's really you're one or the other. I didn't power and bottle job. Shush. Shush. I didn't say anything, Charlie. So fans call it Arsenal bottlers over here right now. Yeah, well, they are bottlers. What was that point, Lee? They are ridiculous. They are the biggest bottlers, Arsenal. Seriously. That was their title to lose. They had one job, save football. And what did they do? They threw it in the dumpster like it was last night's off dinner. Egan, detained to a peaky now. Well, after they've gone from arguing about a quadruple to winning nothing. Oh, they could still win it. 100% they could still win it, Daniel Bate. But for now, they're the bottle jobs. If they win it, good on them. Like, yeah, absolutely they could still win it. I'm not denying that, Daniel. But they've bottled a really good lead. A really good lead. They have to switch on from here if they're going to win that league title in the Premier League. Finuaki here. Past the halfway line. Finuaki. Herbie Farnworth. I don't think they'll win it either, but technically, stats-wise, that technically, like by the point numbers-wise, they technically can, but they won't. Dolphins take him, and that's in the air. That's in the air from Cobo. That's got to be a penalty. Brother, if I prefer if Buddy City did, but it's a lesser of two because it's a lesser of two. It's corrupt Premier League anyway. Corrupt, brother. Corruption at its finest. Tackling midair there. I would have had to call out the refs having a horrible day had they missed that one. Cleanly, Cobo grabs him fully in the air. It's not even airtight. And that says a lot about how obvious it was because they don't call in the air tackles as often as they used to, legends. They just don't. Great work for Ford. Raystow. Struggling to get his arm out. Here we go left with Barnett here. Now to the right. Tanner Boyd. You got Tanner Boyd now. Pushing on to the 20 here. Pressure's on for them. 6.5 minutes. Warriors kick low. And it's going to be collected by the 5'8 there. Down he goes. Cobo really needs to be in Queensland Cup. He really does, Jenny Kim. He really does. He's not lifting up for it. And Tuvasa Sheck and Barnett. Katoa now steps in, shoulder first into that line there. The Warriors, though, they're determined. It's only a 4-point difference right now. Taking through the middle here. And at the very least, this game won't be as high scoring as the last game, but that game wasn't high scoring for the right reasons. This Anzac Day Super Saturday here, lest we forget. Card Pereira. Remember before the Muddy Bags League. The other winger, Leotua, crashing through the right here. He keeps going. Leotua, look at him go. Past 40, nearly to the 30. Can't crash through yet, though. An old fart before the Muddy Bags League. Before it all. Egan. Finds Barnett here. Oh, well, we know that I'm not going to agree with that as a Manchester United fan, but fair enough, Charlie. I hear ya. I hear ya, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just going to have a one-eyed view. Offload here from the Warriors. But it won't work, though. And we got a penalty here. Warriors penalty. What? Excuse me? Warriors penalty? Penalty. Okay. Okay. All right. Warriors full set right in front. And there's the tackle Barnett. He really wanted to crash on over. Glazer was unreal. Giza was unreal. Absolutely. Well, I think it's like comparing. It's doing that debate, right, of the great versus the great. Like, I don't think you can truly, like, you don't want to compare the two. Do you know what I mean? Fergie was about to be sacked. Yeah, no, really. Yeah, Ferguson wasn't always going to stick around at the club, wasn't he? Didn't he he was under pressure heavy at one point with Manchester United. Now he's what he is now. An incredible story, of course. Warriors on that 10. Fifth tackle here. Tanner Boyd. Boyd will have this one in the air. Land Tower's over them. It's a try, 18 all. On the goal line. Leka Halasima, 18 all with a kick to come here. Warriors Dolphins, what a game. What a game. Just on the stroke of halftime. They're loving every second of it. And they've got another here. So many tackle busts, so many efforts played, so much frustration with the calls, but he will get that one there, nick at the crop, and it's a try. And what a half of football this is turning into. Bids really are just sleeping. They're sleeping. They've fallen asleep after that lead. Wait. Yeah, no. You know, that's something people forget too. He didn't just do it at Man United. He did it at bloody Aberdeen. Aberdeen, legends. Aberdeen. Look up Aberdeen. They're not known like Man United. He did it with them. I don't think he's ever grounded that. I think Amarillo's done a marvelous job here. I think they'll review this and say no try. Was as good, but more of a renegade. Renegade. Just a bit too much of a renegade for it. Yeah. There we go. Ball lost forward. In the field of play here. Warriors forward to lead the try scoring there, and it's none for them. My family are Forest ones. They all adore Cloughy. Avo is the man, mate. I'm Amarillo. Somebody get him a statue. How he stops that, I don't know. And who said that these boys couldn't defend past the 30? 3 minutes left in the first half here. Dolphins. Slot it left. Katoa. Now to Amarillo to Farnworth. Don't forget, legends. We stick around at halftime, unlike most streamers. Farnworth dubbing forward. Down goes Farnworth. I wouldn't say I'm the best manager, but I'm definitely in the top one. Coldest quote. Honestly, that is a great quote. I wouldn't say I'm the best manager, but I'm definitely top one. Now back through. Hopefully it's true he's extended. Hopefully. Wayne Bennett is the... That's an interesting comparison. Wayne Bennett is the Alex Ferguson of the NRL. Arguably. Only Ferguson did it with the one club, which kind of links it more to Bellamy in a way. But I think he's better in terms than... I don't... I think... That's actually tough. I think he's a Bennett that stuck with the club, but he also did it with Aberdeen. No one talks about that. He took Aberdeen to glory land. And nobody knows who Aberdeen is unless you're a fan of football. Scotland never saw better. He did do it with 2 groups. So, yeah, no, I guess you could say Bennett. Yeah, I guess you really could say. But, of course, Bennett's been at more than 2 clubs. But you can't find an exact replica. Now over to the right. Yeah, Bennett is Bergie. Bellamy is Pet. Jose is Ivan. Very typical glove for you, called us a big head. Now to the left, Jackson Ford here. Ford, if only he wasn't such a big bopper, he would have gone over. Right in front of the try line now. Short. The 5'8" tries to crash on through. The Dolphins are too quick on the defense here. And now it's a full line with 1 tackle to be protected. That's true. Wayne took on the Dragons, which is pretty close to what he did with Aberdeen. And the Warriors held up a goal on 5th tackle here with a minute to go. Just 4 points the difference. And only wingers have scored tonight. 2 for Carl Pereira, 2 for Osako, and 1 for DWZ Legends. Background here to the left. They keep on pushing. And, and of course, how can I think? Yeah, through the middle. Of course, wait, I forgot somebody. There is somebody that's not a winger that didn't score. Herbie Farnworth, when he did the Langer kick. But, I mean, it was a Langer kick. It's so brilliant, it gave me memory loss. How are they on our try line against us, Jenny Kid? Built different. And the Dolphins lose it again. Warriors, they're going to get at least 1 crack at this. 19 seconds until the half's over. Right in front. And this is a good chance for the Warriors. Well, as good as it's going to get with the time left. And then Farnworth. We go to the left. Mitch Barnett throws Farnworth off him. Surprised that's not a penalty. 6 again now. They're fully trying to take Farnworth out of it. The ref called held. Time back on. Tanner Boyd, big kick. Last tackle. Last of the game. Catewell, Dolphins. Ray Stone will just collect it like a child. And there you go. The Dolphins and the Warriors. Fast out of the line here, and that should take us to halftime after the ref's done talking to the Dolphins. And that's so long to the first 40 minutes of this game here. Sending the Wreckers forward. The Dolphins will lead against the Warriors 18-14. And if the Dolphins keep up this pace, not only will it be the first time the Dolphins have beaten the Warriors in Wellington. I think it's the only time they've played, maybe here. It'll also be the first time since 2015 that the Warriors have lost a game here. For those of you saying that's not long ago, that's 11 years ago, legends. I know that's hard to believe, but it's the truth. Do the math. What do you get? 15 plus 11, 26? And funnily enough, I shared it at the start of the stream, but I guess we'll bring it up again. Funnily enough, the team they lost to was Dragons. Sorry. And it was 36-0. Wow. Times have changed pretty poorly since then, haven't they? They've conceded 62 points tonight. And the Warriors can be proud about that at the very least, right? They can go, at least we're not them. And now it's time for the TJC Sports Halftime Show. The Chill Pod and Stream where we get to enjoy ourselves, chat amongst. Feel free to talk a bit more just generalized, and we'll just enjoy until the second half kicks off. Talk about the game, all that good stuff. Of course, attack gets you points, defense wins you games. The Dolphins, slightly better defense. The Warriors have had the chances on the line, but the Dolphins haven't given up. And that's sometimes the only difference maker. Best community by far. Cheers, Charlie. Bennett is actually a very interesting character away from football. I like him. Oh, he is very Fergie, you know, in what you say that comes into a club, demands the respect by name alone. Real siege mentality of they're the enemy. But of course, you know, it's a little different because Ferguson had a Scottish accent, so he naturally just sounded a lot angrier when he wasn't happy. That's the difference. But that's their one key difference. But Bennett would just stare into your soul if you had a bad game. He'd just look at you and then you'd know that you played terrible. You'd know you played terrible if that was the case, you know? You just know the result from off the top of your head. Missed kicks don't help much. Yeah, no. I think that's the big thing. Both teams have scored the same amount of tries. They didn't get their kicks. But I think also Dolphins could have conceded 2 or 3 more tries if they didn't hold on in the defensive line. You know, it's not about how you get the 2 points. It's about you getting them. At the end of the day, Roosters may have won 56 to 52, not 56, 52 to 16 against the Dragons, but it's still only 2 points that they got from it. It's no different to this game where if the Dolphins probably aren't going to put 50 on the Warriors, but if they win, they got the 2 points anyways, right? They're valued the same as the Roosters' 2 points. All you got to do in every game is get the result. True that. Had the whole club of Manchester. A player went to a nightclub. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was the crazy thing about Fergie, though. He was so watchful of his players. Like, they couldn't do anything without him knowing. Like, it probably wouldn't happen today, but it's known that he did hire spies to watch his players to make sure they weren't doing anything. So he'd know even without them knowing what they were doing a lot of the time. If he knew that they were partying the day before a game, the media wouldn't know before him. In fact, he wasn't big with the media at all, actually. I remember that there was certain channels he refused to talk to. Just out of complete disrespect for them. Doesn't like them. Yeah, look at Lee Sharp incident, exactly. Yeah, I ain't understanding women's soccer chat. Nah, Jenny Kim, we're just going on about one of the GOATs. But yeah, with this game here today, guys, the Dolphins, I'd argue that they've actually started to look more like finals people. They've looked more like a finals team since Bennett left, which is weird. Maybe Bennett just made the foundation. Rabbitohs, they're a very on and off team, the Bunnies, at the moment where he went to. I'm kind of in a 50-50 about how they'll go versus the Storm. If there was a chance for them to win, it's now with how the Storm are playing. But you also have to look at how on and off the Rabbitohs can be, right? Like, kind of losing my thoughts here. This is why it's half time. Yeah, we all get a little sidetracked. Rabbits are just so on and off for me. Like, one moment they're going to be really good, and then the next moment they look really average. Like, look what they did in the first half versus Raiders. They could do that, but then they could have the second half where they destroy Raiders and only lose by 4. To be fair, they're going to be hungry after that for the result. I'd be looking nervously over my shoulder. If I was the Storm, not only is that game is a must-win game for Storm. It's a must-win game. It's not necessarily for Rabbits, but I think it is for Rabbits when it comes to their mentality. I think they don't, whatever NRL team it is, and you watch it be para, but you don't want to be the team that's the first one Storm beat, in my opinion. I think that's what they're going with this. And surely the Rabbitohs don't want to be that one, especially with Trell in his probably best ever form at the Buddies from center. Shocker, the natural center who literally won 2 premierships in that position, plays center and does well. Wow, crazy stuff, but some of his best there from him. Expecting a big game in Melbourne for him. The fact that it's in Melbourne, Rabbitohs actually haven't really won in Melbourne, believe it or not. It's kind of like their voodoo place. They need to break it sometime, though. The fact that the Storm have always won there is ridiculous considering how old the Rabbitohs are. But you also got to remember the Storm aren't nearly as old as the Rabbitohs, right? They're babies compared to them. And I mentioned in the last game how Roosters are what you think of with the history of the game being the only club that stuck through the entire thing as a foundation. But you got to give credit to next game too with the Rabbitohs. They also are the foundation in themselves as well. They just have it in a different way. You know, they have that drama of when they were gone from the comp and all that. It's a story for the ages in itself that you should look into. 2 clubs that represented it all on the one day. We have to bounce back to get back in the winning circle. True that. To get back, welcome to the winner's circle. All of my opinions on the Storm are based on the past and not on the now. My excuse is I'm English. I'm still learning about rugby league, so I look for comparisons to try and get my head around it. Fair enough, Charlie Hamilton. Fair enough, bro. You got to get your head around it, right? You got to think about it. You guys know way more than I do about the NRL. About the NRL, yeah. Well, it's not really fair, is it? You're more in the football area. I'm more in the rugby league area. You know, like that's just how it is. It's not really fair to say that anyone's knowledge is superior. It's about where we're around, right? We have more opportunities where we are to know more about the general feelings at the place, right? That's how it rolls with us. What a journey in rugby league this has been, by the way, legends. From Allianz Stadium, Sydney, to Wellington with Henry Stadium. The second half will prove to be a big one before we jump all the way back to Melbourne for our 8-10 game. 8-10 is such a unique time, but I understand it's scheduling reasons. But 8-10 just feels off, doesn't it? I'll see you at 8-10. 8-10. 8-10. 8-10. 8-10. See you at 8-10, baby. This season is unpredictable. I don't think it's completely unpredictable, but compared to previous seasons, 100% it is. I mean, the results that are coming, like you wouldn't have bet on them, eh? Just watching my wonderful Chemist Warehouse ad. Be back in a second, legends. Be back in a second, I swear, for the second half, all right? It's not too long till second half kicks off, all right? I'll be back in a moment for the rest of halftime and second half, depending on what's on. Feel free to leave some more comments for me to read. Appreciate yous, eh? Alrighty, legends. We're back, baby. Let's go. Up, dear Waz, says Johnson in the chat, mate. The Waz, they're still trailing at that half time, but that 4-pointer is not too different. Not too different. The Fitty Diddle, they can still do it. 100%. 4 points, 1-12. I'm just really shot last game and not a smashing. Like the stream, legends, and some of you new, says Rugby Fella. Cheers, bro. Cheers, bro. Daddy Bets is what happened. Oh, I was just going to get a drink, but there was none, so I'm just chilling with the stream instead. Chilling with the stream. Went silent. Oh, that. Yeah, no, I was just talking. I was just talking, legend. Not too long until we're back with the second half. Surely not. Been going with it. And these games between the Warriors and the Dolphins, they've never been that far apart, have they? They don't really tend to smash each other. Don't know what it is about these games, but good pressure from the Fins, says John Tapu. Very, very, very. The pressure. It's the final countdown. Do. Final countdown. The spirit of Anzac held in this game. Australia and New Zealand waving the flags here. Surely the second half, the Fins wake up and put more on the board for us here. The Warriors coming out onto the field as well for a big one here. This next 40 proves to be a massive moment for them. Yeah, loads think that, Charlie. Think loads. Well, I think the Warriors need to wake up in their attack because they've had plenty of opportunity and done nothing with it. Here we go. Get your head in the game, TJC. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 3 tries apiece between these two teams. Warriors out on now. Lest we forget, legends. Lest we forget, of course. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we remember them, lest we forget, legends. Dolphins, Warriors, second half. Have you ever heard of a sentence better in your life? Underway now on the channel. Kennedy kicking it off here. Let's go. And behind the 10-meter line, the Warriors play at it, crashing through the line there for the Waz. And by Monga returning officially comes onto the field, apparently, according to the commentary team. And off the plaff here, Wade Egan's looking both ways. Egan finds the pass to the left now. Jackson Ford crashes in with us here. Forward now. Forward in. Go away, they say. Go away. Go away. Down to Egan with Tane Tuapiki here. With the Waz fans here. Now Kurt Catewell. Lifts up to halfway. And 44 metres gained now. Tanner Boyd to clear it in the air over to the right on the 20. 1 minute gone by here. Selwyn Cobo in now. He's not in the Queensland Cup yet, and he's going to show why. Crashing forward into the Waz defence. Herbie Farnworth stepping around now. Back round, Jermaine Asako. Second tackle halfway through the set now. Trey Fuller. The Warriors quick off their line there. A bit too quick almost in my opinion. And Felice Kafusi now. Missing the iconic haircut. He's just flat out bold now. Behind the 40. And with Katoa, it's a big kick. 39 metres gained in the air over to the 10. Waiting underneath it. Khan Pereira. Another player let go by the Titans. He got 2 last week against the Gold Coast. Got 2 this week as well. He's just going to score 2 every week, isn't he? Background middle. Tanner Boyd with the service here. Egan to Barnett. Mitch Barnett. Broncos won the field for him. Beat Parramatta Eels to the race. Finds Egan. Tanner Boyd just stepping around, grabbed by the shirt. 49 metres gained now as they're going to clear it to the left edge now, the Dolphins. Is it going to be allowed to bounce? No, it's not. Jermaine Asako with it here. Hammer now. Tabuai Fido. First take of it. Gets onto the 20. Witzel and Cobbo now into the line here. Tanner Boyd so good in the defence there. His best game in attack, though, was arguably versus the Newcastle Knights, where he turned into prime Andrew Johns. Now to Farnworth. Finds the offload. Only barely not eligible for Queensland. So unfortunate. And Farnworth arms out. Pushes them forward. Hit it into gear and going forward. Play of the ball comes to Katoa. Big kick in the air. Backward 10 years, Zelezniak. Cobbo. Cobbo probably got a touch on that, but luckily no problems there. Zelezniak gets it. Taken to a peaky into the line. Takes it on with Plaff to put him into reverse here. Now in RTS, Roger to Avasashek. Roger rocketing forward. It's third tackle, a bit of ball handling here. And now, Ninja Time says, g'day, TGC. G'day, Ninja Time. Welcome to the stream. Farnworth Ryan, see that he's the only guy that came over here and played a bit short and kitty. Yeah. Oh, big, strong, stepping footwork setter. You reckon Sean Kenny Dale's a bit like Farnworth? Interesting, legend. Big steps, big English. There you go. Barnett, Asako, stepping around here. Egan try, says John. Egan try, please. Give the Egan try. Wade Egan pointing at the referees, questioning things. The Dolphins throw away now. It's been all right, Ninja Time. How's yours been? Mitch Barnett staying down here. Let's see if Mitches are getting stitches. Looks like it was self-inflicted. Yeah. Oh, a direct self-head clash. You saw the skulls wobble. Yeah, he'll be off here. And he'll have about 15 minutes to prove his fitness, assuming that it's Category 2. Looks stunned here. I'd be surprised with such a hard head knock if he came back on, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Making no predictions about Mitch Barnett at this time. They're probably going to have to take off the other bloke that hit themselves in the head too, right? Fisher Harris waiting to come on here. Mitch Barnett. And on comes the fish. For the Warriors. I highly doubt you'll be seeing him back, though. He looks buggered. And Kafusi forward now. He won't be back, says Will. Probably not. Friendly fire. That seems to be where most of the head problems are coming from at the moment. Friendly fires. 34 meters gained here, Dolphins. High out towards the left. Makes the catch. Khan Pereira. RTS with the knee slide then. Just boosting forward with the legs here. And Fisher Harris. And here's Fisher Harris. RTS. Off the ball here. Completed over 80% this year. Now to Tanner Boyd. And the Warriors have just been on a high since they beat Melbourne 2 weeks ago. They may be behind, but they've been controlling this second half. Mitch Barnett, James Fisher Harris, and that other prop they have Jackson forward, you mean, is, can you imagine having to tackle those monsters? No. I'd quit the dream. I'd quit the dream if my first game was against them. I just would. No, you'd never see me even try to tackle those blokes. To be fair, there's a few that I wouldn't tackle. But Dolphins. Finufuaki here with his teammates. Good communication through the middle. Jackson Ford with a great tackle. But there's more than just them, though. There's like 3 or 4 others, too. Their entire forward pack is essentially blokes you don't want to be tackled by. A good rig. And Isaiah Katoa will clear it over to the 25-metre now. Straight out the ground here. 33 minutes still going. Tane Tuapiki here. Just rolling around a little. First tackle. Card Pereira, RTS. Tyler Dragons have a bye next week. Yes, they do. So they finally have 2 points. It's a relief. They need it. They need it after that result. DWZ. Take it out there. And unlucky again here, it's Fisher Harris. Now with Chance, Nickel, Clocks. Here we go. That's not Chance and Clocks. That's my bad. Why Chanel Harris DeVita? Why is my brain? I think it's because they're free. They're free syllable fit, right? Like, I think that's what it was in my brain. No, it's not Chance and Clocks. That he's not on today. He hasn't been on for a bit. All due respect to Boyd, but Wars need a better goal kicker. Oh, they probably need a goal kicker that scores more often, true, but he's definitely probably their best at the moment. So it's referee's discretion penalty here, Legends. The Warriors, there's no challenge that can come from it. Great technique there. Firm. Unfortunate for DWZ. And, of course, no shock. Mitch Barnett has failed his head injury assessment. You won't see him again today. Kafusi now. He won't do it here. Second tackle. It's Stone to Plath to Hammer now. Hammer around here. Hamiso Tabuway Fido in now. Hammer time, baby. Hammer held on the halfway. The disruptor played the call. Ray Stone handing out the parts here. Kafusi, it's Farnworth here. Looping around. Yes, he finds the offload to Plath. Great service here from Plath. Katoa. Under completion. He ran into the Warrior there. And Tuapiki loses the ball here. Katoa dummies to the right. Asako wants a hat trick. Out it goes. It goes into touch there. But the Dolphins will keep the ball here. RTS, and I think the Warriors thought that it was play on. All right. It's being challenged here. The decision of no advantage, baby. Let's see. Dolphins for the win too, Jesse. I'm going Manly. 13 plus tomorrow. All good, man. All good. If you think Manly are going to dominate, you think Manly are going to dominate. Fosball is a dangerous thing against our team, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Dogs didn't play. Oof. All right, covering the right. This is a knock on. Herbie Farnworth has it. All right, the advantage ruling. All right, and because of the refs' call, the bunker can't really say much, and it'll be challenge unsuccessful. Right? I honestly reckon there was an advantage because if they score, you say it was advantage. And if you're going to say if they score, it was advantage, why wouldn't it have been advantage when they passed it? I mean, they made roughly 15, 20 meters after the knock on. Like, if that's not an advantage, what's an advantage anymore in rugby league? Like, do they literally have to run the entire field for it to be advantage? And Asako will field it. Are you streaming next game? Yes, we are, Neutralizer. CJ is a try name. We have a lot of try names. Warriors have lost the challenge, Jetty Kid. Up the ref, says John. Onto the roof with it. Trifula held by Catewell. He loses the ball there. Picked up by Halasima. So another error from them. Khan Pereira forward now. Tane Tuapiki. And he's actually forced back there. To the left, Egan, Fisher Harris. Don't forget, South Sydney vs Storm is next after this in Melbourne. Back round here. And that's a real fact there. None in 20 games in Melbourne for the Rabbitohs. None. No stat goes in favour of them outside of how many Storm have lost in a row, and that doesn't even relate to Melbourne. So it's really anyone's call who wins between Storm and Buddies. Lots of service here. Herbie Farnworth steps up. 29 minutes here to go in Wellington. Hammer to Asako. They're looking to break an 11-year record, the Dolphins. That was arguably a knock-on, but they missed one last game, didn't they? Trifula on the wing. It'll go very close. And the flag's up now. The flag's up now that he went out to play. But it's got to be a penalty. That one deserves a penalty. You can see on his face the way he was pushed down. 100%, bro. Dragging the tackled player. They dragged his face. They couldn't help themselves. Doing so much work to start that good set. Nothing's going to come of it. Dolphins to the left. What a way to go for them. 40 meters. Ray Stone. Hammer. Tamu Waifudo. Fuller. RTS. And it's a knock-on from the Warriors. A knock-on against RTS. And on the poll, legends, 39 votes. 56% of you went with the Warriors to win that game, win this game, up the wires. 36% of you have gone with the Dolphins. Nobody's gone with a draw. And the fun vote, as we love to have all the time, 8% of you. Dolphins. And the drums are beating. I hear that something's going to happen. I can feel it in the air, legends. Something's going to come of this. Fina Fuiaki. Looking to come up with something here for the Dolphins. On the 20. Katoa. Gilbert here. Goes Brew now. Nearly crashes Brew. Not quite, though. They close in too quick on the defense. And the referee, I thought it was a... Oh, my God. Nice and aggressive there from the Warriors. The way they're celebrating, I think they've forced an error. Where'd the error come from? What a great game so far, says John. Oh, mate, what a great game indeed. It's been on fire. The Wires on fire, but so are the Dolphins on fire. Aaron Clark now. And we haven't even had a try yet in the second half, guys. Warriors. A clinical time to adjust here in Wellington. RTS. Put back on the 20. Kurt Catewell now on the last, pushing for the second. Egan runs it. I think John said that he wanted a Wade Egan try. Could that be coming up soon? And here's Clark. Finds Egan. Taking to a peaky here. Darting forward. Light on his feet. Fisher Harris. Is there going to be a bit of fatigue setting in for the Dolphins potentially soon? Surely. They can't keep up the dispense on this defense forever. And he loses it into his player. He loses it into his player there. It's Cobbo losing it into Farnworth there. And I can just hear Jennings going, what the heck, Cobbo? What the heck, as he makes another error. The referee is going to get a challenge from the Dolphins. But I genuinely think the Dolphins should lose this challenge. I think that was the correct call based on the live look. Maybe the live look will be different on the thing. But for now, I think it's the right call. Backwards off Dallin, forwards off Selwyn Cobo. And he loses it into Farnworth. Challenge unsuccessful. No shock there. Fly Bostock over immediately, says Jennings. Immediately. They need Bostock on the field. I got a feeling the Cowboys will get this one, says Will too. You got a feeling? You got a feeling? You got a feeling? You're in a karma. How are you two, Jesse? What a day it's been so far. It's been an insane day, man. I'm going all right. You? Lest we forget, bro. Jackson forward. It's always a very special day this day, the meeting of it all. Fisher Harris gets him up here onto the 10 now with Aaron Clark. Here's Aaron Clark forward. Almost to the try line there, attracting interest from the Dolphins defense. I hope you're okay after the Broncos game, by the way, Redekama. I can only imagine. Both sides of the ground open. Boyd, he holds the pass. And the forward was probably in front by the time the pass needed to arrive. Short through Fisher Harris. James Fisher Harris, one tackle left. Boyd, the kick through the line. Hammer had to clear the ball. The easy option, the safe option. At least it's not a try is what they'll be saying. Tanner Boyd it is. Catewell on that quarter. They build a little bit more pressure here. The tackle in the opposition 20 is now 30-6 in favor of the Warriors. Sweet kick on the ground. Raystone collects. And it's not gone by the Dolphins. They can't challenge. Cobo's already lost it. They can't challenge. They've lost their challenge. So they better not go short, but they will. But never works for us. Oh, didn't work for you, Jenny Kim. Didn't work for you. I'm sorry, pal. They've lost it already, so Warriors get the feed. This Wellington crowd cheering on their Warriors. Yep, it never works. Egan to Boyd. Finds Catewell now. A cruel knock-on call, though. Was that Kieran Clark offload they ruled a knock-on? Yeehaw, what's up? What's up? That's a tough call against the Warriors. That's a really harsh call on Aaron Clark. And now the Dolphins get the feed in the scrum, but that's so harsh. That's so harsh. It doesn't get much harsher than that call there. Herbie Farnworth. Over to the left. Big crowd. Sold out next game as well, like most of the games this round. This game sold out. Storm Rabbitohs next to be live reacted to. What a season of footy so far, legend. Oh, what a season indeed, man. What a season. Tamuai Fido to feed off. It's a great tackle there. Loppy Khan Pereira. And now Katoa. Infield bomb. Farnworth kicks low and Tade will get it. And it's a great game for Tade Tuapiki into the middle here. And we're just waiting on that one try, aren't we? On that one try to make all the difference in the world. In this game, the Dolphins hold out Catewell. Still 20 to go. DWZ. And there's a penalty to the Warriors. The Wars have had enough opportunities, just not finishing. Exactly. They've had enough chances. They're just not able to get past the Dolphins' high-line defense. To be fair, though, the Panthers struggled last week to do it, didn't they? Good effort, Gilbert. Just over the top, snatches him. Jackson Ford on his way forward now. You watch. They'll score here. This is the set they score. I am a blessing of a predictor. I'm calling it right now. It's happening. Last fans tune in because it's happening. Forward, third tackle. And it's 6 more. Set restart. Gets his money's work. Harris here. Harris into the 10 meter. Egan. Boyd. Gets it round. They're still going through the middle here at the moment. No please, says Jenny Kidd. The Tom-Toms. And they nearly get through. Jacob Lemon resets it. Boyd. Fisher Harris. Got by Stone. They're hanging in there, the Dolphins. Their goal line again here. Boyd Halasima. Amarillo grabbing the ball up on with Farnworth. On the last, Egan sends a trip and Tade Tuapiki! Up with the finish. It's 18 all. What a way to do it. I called it. Did I not call it? 18 all. That's all thanks to me. Where's my thank you? And now the Warriors and the Dolphins with a bit of a push and shove here. I think that we're going to see some replays to see what's gone down on the Warrior. The teammates have seen something. So while Tade Tuapiki has glided through that line, something's gone on. We got to clear up what's happened behind the scenes. Oh, Flagler. He was completely off the ball. He was completely off the ball. I know he apologized, but he's completely off the ball and he shouldered in. And he's really hurt too. I think he might have to... He might be in trouble. He actually... It's not a reason for a no try. It might actually be a reason. It's a head clash, but that's a head clash. But like, it's definitely, I'll tell you what, it's definitely not going to be a reason for no try. It's 18 all now. He'll get a mouthful from the Warriors. Ash Clyde in the bunker talking with Liam Kennedy. My top 8, Panthers, Broncos, Warriors, Tigers, Knights, Manly, Roosters, Rabbits. I think it's a bit too soon to be putting Manly in the top 8, but fair enough, legend. This could be a straight send-off. It's off the ball, and he's just done that to the player. It got to be at least 10, right? That's got to be 10, because it's off the ball, and he initiates it. The player is clearly out for the count. Yeah, 10 in the bin for Thomas Flegler. There you go. And that's the last thing the Dolphins needed. Oh my God. Talk about the double whammy. Not only do the Warriors equalize, but you go a man down. In the sin bin, there we have it. What a season of footy so far. And they've been hit with 12 men now. The good news is that he's with the trainer talking. Isaiah Katoa and the Dolphins showing a bit of sportsmanship there. He'll be gone till the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds, Flegler. Will be alerted to it the moment that he's allowed back on the field. I'm just trying to get over the fact that legitimately happened. That legitimately happened. Honestly, Flegler should have been playing Cup after 2 years off. He hasn't been good. Hasn't been very good. Well, to be fair, it's not like he's been off having a holiday, but you're right. Tanner Boyd. And he's got this one. 2018. A year I choose to forget as a Para fan. And the stadium erupts. Their team is in the lead. They led 6-0 after 6 minutes. And then Dolphins got it back on level terms in the 12th and continued on from there. And now the Dolphins from behind here. 16 minutes, 34 seconds on the clock here. Our boy Lantow coming off. Dolphins 18. Warriors 20. 16 minutes to go. And now away here, Clark. Clark, look at him go. Break away here. Folding them. He's folding them like a lawn chair. 45 out now on the second tackle. Egan to Boyd. And that's a knock on from the Warriors. And Ray Stone now. What looks so promising there from the Warriors. E.B. Williams says, is it safe to say Val doesn't play Origin this year? Not on your life does he play Origin. Not on your life. I liked Val in the time he was in Queensland colours. But no, not on your life this year should he be playing in centre for the Queensland Maroons. No, thank you. No. I'm very happy with Robert Toya and whoever else you want to throw out there. Mate, I'd put Shibasaki there again before I'd bloody put... And he's out of favour before I put that Valentine Holmes right now into it. No. No, E.B. Williams. You couldn't get a bigger no from me, actually. Safe to say, it's as safe as it could get. And now Gilbert. Wearing the Dolphins outfit on the 20. And Katoa, 49 metres gained here. DWZ gets the ball. We're 10 years Lesniak here. And we've got Lemuelu. And it's Tua Picky again. Damn, I wish Herbs was eligible. I wish so too, but he's just missing the cutoff, and it sucks because he's a classic Queenslander. Tanner Boyd. And they're getting it done for the Warriors. Ooh. Compound dislocation, they're saying. Jake Amarillo, let's wait a second, legends. Hopefully. Compound or fracture. They reckon that bone has torn through the skin potentially. Oh, mate, if he was, Robert Toya and Herbie Farnworth, there you go. Problem solved. There's your centers for the near future in Queensland. Do it, right? Farnworth and Toya, easy does. Robert Toya, Rooster Centre, won Origin last year with us when we brought him in. Love him. One of the best. Won a State of Origin before he'd even played 20 games. Scored in the last game. Now far to the middle here on the 20. Actually, I'd say Toya in the squad and he'd battle with Hammer for the spot. Hammer probably... Look, unless you wanted to put Hammer on the wing, but then you're wasting Hammer. For me, you'd find Hammer in the team too in some way, wouldn't you? Somehow. There's some interesting picks you could go with Queensland. Yeah, I feel like Hammer would be better on the wing with a Toya than anything else. A strong carry again here. Farnworth. Does it for the team. For the Dolphins. Gilbert. Katoa. Hammer. Speaking the devil to Asako. Asako pushing them off now. Off of Khan Pereira. It's tackle 5. Up 60 meters. And the kick again here. And look, what have they got on it? Warriors have it. I like the Dolphins lineup. Some good players in there. Absolutely forward. My personal favourites include Asako, Ray Stone, because I'm a Para fan. Herbie Farnworth, of course, he's the king. Hammer. They've got some really likable players, honestly. Though they won't have our boy next year, will they? They won't have him next year. Asako's off to the Storm. Vimonga. 13 minutes still on the clock here. And a long kick over to the left here. It won't be too long till we're jumping over to Rabbitohs and the Storm. I wouldn't go with Cobo in the centers, E.B. Williams. I wouldn't go with Cobo in the centers just purely based on his form here. And I don't think he's got it for now. I want to see him being able to prove he's got it still before I put him into Origin over some really talented players. I'd probably put Brimson, in before Cobo. I mean, I wouldn't even mind Brimson as the other center, right? Brimson and Farnworth, that's OP as heck, right? Hammer on a wing. On the other wing, you probably put Coates when you've got a full fit team, I guess, right? Or Herbie Farnworth. And picked up by Catewell. Of course, the Warriors. I wouldn't even mind if I was them if it ended 2018 here. This game's so tight. Next try is crucial. I think whoever wins can be decided by next try, to be honest, how tight this game is. Backed out Farnworth. Plenty of time for another try. Dimitri Vimonga. Back to the right here. High kick there. High towards the wing here. Ends up in their hands. Back around. I don't know where you got that he's eligible. He lived in Queensland his whole childhood, man, after coming Well, he lived in Queensland after he left from England. He could never be eligible for the Bluesers. Yeah, he's got a compound fracture. It's not too pretty, a compound fracture. It's one of the worst types you can get. And wait, legends, the referee pausing for a second here. Just gets on in front of him here. I think that's a fine enough tackle. I think that's fine. He's caught awkward, but like he's not trying to do anything. That's unfortunate. On report, penalty. Dolphins here. Does anybody remember when from the bloody 40, I think it might have been behind the halfway line, they took the penalty goal to equalise with Storm, the Roosters. I think this was back when Kyle Flanagan was halfback and he took it. Incredible stuff. Now to Gilbert. Who's it going to be here for the Dolphins? Katoa. Still 3 minutes till Flegler's back on the field. Tripula. In he goes. Held on the 30 straight away. 10 minutes. Hammer. Sarko. Still 3 minutes to serve. Gilbert passes. Farnworth, dummies, pushes them off here. Herbie Farnworth. Wait, you're telling me that was a time that Flatto Jr. was clutch? Yeah, there was a time where he clutched things. There was a time. Dolphins chase, Warriors chase, and it's up to the referee and the bunker to come to a conclusion on what happened. I'd say a knockdown. I'd say that it was put down by the Warriors and it should be a dropout. Hasn't been grounded here. If not, Isaiah Katoa could have gotten the grounding. What a game. Nah. Really? Tackled before he could gather the ball. That's a big call against Trifula. That's a big call against Trifula that they've made. Yeah, there was a time where Flatto was one of the most clutch in the league. I disagree on Roosters fans. I don't even think he was that bad at the Chookies. He fell apart a bit at Dogs, but Dogs destroys careers. You either do well with Dogs or you get destroyed by them. And then, of course, Dragons. Well, we know what happened there. Talent that never went anywhere and stagnated to the point it is now. I think I could make an argument for Plath, but I think that if a Flegler or Gilbert gets it, it's based on legacy. I think you could 100% see Gilbert in there. Flegler, I'm not so sure about. I don't think it's a smart choice to pick him, but also, you never know, Billy. I don't question him. In Billy, we trust whoever he picks. Playing Penrith in the humidity of Darwin. They only lost by a single point. Warriors to the left. And they're going to lose the ball here. Knock on. 8 minutes. 8 minutes on the clock, legends. 8 minutes, and we don't have a clear winner. And it's only going to be like a minute or two before we're live with the next stream after this one, eh? It's not going to be much of a difference at all, legends. Can't wait for it. Dolphins to the left, past the 40. Plenty here. Tavita Nafahu. Now with a Plaff here, who finds his service. Great stuff from the 20-year-old. Fatigue might have a big say in the result, legend. Oh, yeah. Both guys look gutted. All the players look a little bit outplayed. Still a bit. It's about a minute until Flegler's back on, based on my math. Jermaine Asako surrounded by Warriors. 5th tackle. Gertoa sends it high. Ascending on Tane to a Picky. And Tuapiki didn't contest. He let Hammer collect it, and they all dive on him. Corey Horsburgh and Thomas Flegler off the bench sounds hectic. It does, doesn't it, Corey? Doesn't it? Corey Horsburgh and Flegler. I mean, it would definitely give some brutal vibes, wouldn't it? They'd put up some big hits against the Blues, which we need. Now, if Warriors go on to win this one, credit to them. They've had to fight hard for it. Their attitude is get the result. And it's a bad play of the ball from DWZ. All it takes is one try and Dolphins have practically won it. They maybe behind for now. Johnson's up the wires. And there's the mistake the Dolphins were looking for. Bulldogs couldn't beat a stick. They couldn't defend a court case. They couldn't do anything, bro, at the moment. And so far, just 2% more completion for the Warriors at 83% to the 81% of the Dolphins. And it's Katoa to Tabby Waifido here, who finds Farnworth. And a couple would-be defenders, in they go. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Come on, Finns, get a try and hold on, says Jennykins. Hold on, hold down for our boys. Hold on. Now to the right. Set here for the Dolphins. Flying through the middle here in the defense. 3rd tackle. For the lead, the Dolphins. Katoa. They could have gone through. It's not meant to be. And Harris Tavita. 4 tackles. The line. Herbie Farnworth. He doesn't look at how open the left edge is. He should have gone back the other way. He missed a perfect opportunity, Herbie. Plaff Gilbert going to Flegler. Should have kept passing. And they'll change it over. 5th tackle. On their line. Halasima try to win, says John Tapu. Try to win, baby. 4 minutes 20 on the clock now. It keeps on ticking. Aaron Clark is back on the field. 4 minutes to go here. Khan Pereira. The Warriors not taking the lead for a second time again. For so much of the game, it was the Dolphins with the bare minimum lead. It was just a 4-point difference. It was 18-14. Healy on the field now, runs it, adding some energy to the Warriors side. And Clark will serve it here. Over to Boyd with a big long kick here. 3.5 minutes. The tackle. And Fisher Harris. Herbie Farnworth, brother. Involved in his 45th tackle of the game here. Plaff finds Hammer. And Tabby Waifido with the 3rd. Still free, and that's a knock-on from the Dolphins. It's Plaff and Gilbert Flegler. Oh, goodness me. Off of the bench. And it looks like they were calling for the ball out the back. Nothing came. Sam Healy is a certified starting dummy half. I heard Perth are looking for dummy halves. E.B. Williams, he might be the guy for them. He might be the guy for the Bears. Who knows? Potentially. So let's complete this set. Try and keep it in the corner. They're going to go the distance here. Stop by Farnworth here. Jackson Ford. Tempered strip by Flegler. And Andrew Webster will be having some serious thoughts about what to decide with the selections next week. Goodness me. The Warriors play Para next week, and unfortunately for them, I don't think they'll follow it up with a win because up the Eels, baby, we're never losing again. Healy. To Tuapiki. Warriors chant over to the 20. Full of atmosphere as their team closes in. Tanner Boyd in the kick. Hold. Is there a knock on there? And it'll be ruled knock on by Dallin. And penalty for yelling at the ref. He's better than that, folks. Penalty for his words towards the ref. And here it goes for the Dolphins. The last throw of the device for the game. And this is a big one. Apparently the Warriors aren't back in New Zealand until June 13th after this. Crazy. Gilbert over to Hammer. Finds Asako. This defense from the Warriors. Desperate. Third tackle. Busy. Swarming. Aggressive. Honestly, at this point, go for the 2-point field goal, eh? 50 seconds now. Had to reach for it all. We need a miracle. Fourth tackle. Flegler. Flegler, purposeful, the turn. Takes tackle 5, play of the ball. Asako. Has he got it? No! He's missed it. He's missed it. And we're back from the 20. Warriors will just hold the ball here and win the game. Surely. It just sailed to the right. Just go into the line, DWZ. And we'll be heading to Melbourne in about 10 seconds for the Storm and the Rabbitohs. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck taking it. Just a few seconds here, Gilbert. They've been brave here. Patience is a virtue, they say. And the Warriors have just won again. A start like this on Anzac Day, it doesn't get better than when the Warriors are winning. Firmly top 4 for a reason. Buddies, though, are chasing up the ladder here. Probably won't get it tonight, but it is a real battle. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, legends. Appreciate every single one of you. And I hope to see some of you jumping over to the next stream when we have the Storm taking on the Rabbits. See you there, legends. Another great win from the Wars. Wow, wow, wow.